I am Ted Nugent, a huge black man.
Hey, Ted Nugent's here. Who wants to see the Nuge? 1995, too. Like, nobody fucking knew who Ted Nugent was at the time.
Yeah. It's hand-carved. It's an arched top. It's got a spruce, North American spruce body.
Totally
it is
tabular.
all-American handcrafted Gibson birdland from the bowels of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Don't you wish you had one? You can't, because I own them all. Hi, I'm Ted Nugent, full-time. What you witness there? Instructional video to kind of get you geared up so you can projectile your attitude.
I don't know if I'd use that word.
Spirit. Now, you might think you need some stuff. You got to have a Gibson. You've got to have the accoutrements to play rock and roll. Not necessarily so. For example, you might think you actually need some Ted Nugent hot dough and heat urine. You probably think you could use a little bit. It's not that necessary. You probably think that you need a Whackmaster catalog. It might help, but it's not absolutely essential.
He's selling piss and Whackmaster.
A copy of Ted Nugent Adventure Outdoors magazine. You might think you need this to play real rock and roll guitar. It's not essential. You don't have to have it. You might think you have to have blood trails.
Blood trails?
The truth about bow hunting. This would help, but it's not essential. You may need yourself a zebra Whackmaster hat. It's helpful, but it's not essential.
YouTube sponsorships be like.
Night vision scopes. This is something you want to have handy. Your own Ted Nugent hunting knife. Now,
yeah, son.
You may find many uses for this stuff, but it's not absolutely essential. Godiva chocolate-covered cherries. These are the things that I basically use to make that rock and roll
that made me hungry.
You might want to actually have some hunt music. You're asking yourself.
Hunt music? Hunt music. I'm going to look up this album later. I want to hear the hunt music.
So, hunt music? What, pray tell, could this be? You might want to have some handy. How about your own Ted Nugent hunting sunglasses? Now, you'll find that if you have this stuff handy, along with one fine-ass wench of a wife, you find your music might flow better. See, if you have one fine woman at your side with her own instructional video,
this woman has Dixie vibes.
This might help the whole spirit of your playing. But more important than all of that, you've got to be in charge of your life. Your life must be in your hands.
You got to be in charge with your life.
Hands help if you want to play guitar, but mostly your life should be in your hands. Remember, your life is like an arrow. You can either put it in the bullseye, or you can shoot yourself in the foot.
Oh?
Take a deep breath, realign the attitude, make sure the spirit is running at optimum charge. Then when you get back to the
what in the figgity fuck is he talking about? Trust me, this all makes sense in his head.
Guitar, even at the tender age of 46,
here's my Ted Nugent
you will
brand
have
shoes
that youthful,
to shoot yourself in the foot
attitude of craving the instrument, craving adventure. This, my friends, is just a lump of cedar.
Oh, that's right. This is supposed to be a video about how to play guitar.
You've got to have attitude. Now, back when I invented attitude, I promised I would share it with the civilians. So if you're good, you may have a little sniff downwind of my attitude. It's the Beatitude. You know, if you had venison backstraps stacked in the freezer like I do, you could do that too. It's all got to come from your heart and soul. If you crave rock and roll, if you crave making these musical statements, then you will put your heart and soul into it.
I'm a carving dude, but I've got a carving pedal. Yep.
And then you will be happy. And if you are happy, if you are gratified and satisfied and on the road to pleasuredom, then you will
the Pleasure Dome. Isn't that from Smash TV?
And if you keep the meat of your hand,
strings,
and if you have a lot of short skirts in your neighborhood, you will play stuff like this.
Short skirts in your area? That's that song that the Grinch game ripped off.
Now, if you can play it perfect like that, I will come to your house and you're not going to be able to do it. I love that. This is a guitar instructional video, kids, and the beeps are on.
Pocket sand.
So what you do, grunting, sonic bombast projectiles from your guts, including
DMCA, Audio Jungle. I need a Dr. Thunder for this one. Preview. Download this song for free at freerockguitar.com.
So simple. But there's this licking free-for-all a lot of kids ask me about.
Ted, try to learn the basics of AC/DC.
And they ask me how do you get that big chord. And basically, I like all the open strings, all the open, twanging, ringing, resonating, ricocheting strings you can possibly milk. out of guitar chords. So what I do is I play the Nugent mutilated E chord.
The mutilated E chord?
It's full of open strings. And then I play it like a huge black guy.
What? Why is this video such peak dog shit in a great way? I love it. I love how he's literally not teaching you anything. He's just playing the shit.
It's not all as it appears. And then when you put all those things together, this huge, sexy rhythm and blues piece of music comes out of this white guy. You gotta love that stuff. Let's see, another song that everybody asked me about is the almighty Great White Buffalo. 1994, you may have heard I announced it in January of 1994. This is the year of the Great White Buffalo, but 95 can be too.
I think I've heard that song. Oh, I think this song's on the Hunting Game.
Maybe some other interesting songs. All right, I have a great song in the Spirit of the Wild album that everybody is fascinated at here in the Midwest. In fact, there is legislation pending that you're not allowed to operate a pickup truck on the streets of America without a Fred Bear cassette in the deck, so you might want to get a copy.
Okay.
Town for some straw.
Straw.
This is a great song. There, and in Stranglehold and in Cat Scratch Fevers, you've got a whole bunch of grunt happening, a whole bunch of thump, a whole bunch of pulsation happening. You've got to get a variation and a rhythm, a roll, a drum warfare, tribal uprising kind of feel going when you play your rhythm parts.
I love his way with words, man.
As it would be written. Got to keep the meat of your pick hand on the strings to give it depth, to give it character.
Yeah, you got to use some of that hand meat.
Then it comes out.
Random word selector. Ted GPT. Has he said gonzo yet?
Tell you what, we got some questions here from the kids. We're gonna answer these questions directly. It says,
questions that you typed out.
Hollow bodies for years. What are some of the benefits? All right, hollow bodies. What's music? What is guitar playing? It's sound.
Hollow Body's a game.
Sound like you got to get the sound. I love sound. When you want thick, rich, fat sound.
Lamau? Ted milks his guitar. He milks everything for what it's worth. Dummy thick sound.
A nice, big, fat, meaty sound like that, and then you can get these great lead tones.
Stop saying that. At least he hasn't made a G-string joke yet.
Now, I recorded that when I was 17 years old. That's called Journey to the Center of Your Mind, except I did it with a bow and arrow instead of drugs. Let's talk about that kind of influence for a minute. Ted Nugent, 36 years old, having so much fun. It's stupid. Think of me of 50 white puppy dogs on your mother's leg. That's me.
What?
And the beauty of it all is that before the accident, before that terrible accident, I was actually quite good looking.
What's that about 50 dogs in your what?
Read my lips. I've never smoked a joint. I've never smoked a cigarette. I got drunk a couple times when I was a kid, but the puke turned me off. So what I'm saying here is that if you really want to milk the optimum delivery of your sensual stimuli, your spirit of adventure, I know we're getting a little bit off the Gibson guitar story here, but this is important because you can't.
Just so you know, that's true. He actually has never done drugs. He's not into drugs. And he has barely ever drank in his life. That means that all this crazy shit he's talking about, that's not his brain busted from drugs. This is just how he is. If this man did take drugs, you would have to put him in a straitjacket in order to protect the sumo wrestlers.
Can't get it out of any instrument of your choice unless you are bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, cocked, locked, and ready to rock dock, which means no.
He said that in the Hunting Game.
No excess baggage, no drugs, no alcohol, no punky little trends, pierced nipples notwithstanding. By the way, call 1-800-449-NUGE, and I can pierce your nipples.
Drugs is how you fix what he's doing.
Okay, the second question. A PRS is real different than a Gibson Birdland, but again,
every time I hear some guitar guy talk about PRS, I am this close to saying POS but it's one of those things that comes into my mind every now and then.
One must pursue adventure. One must seek diversity and new territory. One must delve into zones uncharted. Did we get that? One must delve into zones uncharted. You've got to constantly expand the horizons of your musical vision. And
one must conquer each. You want to hear a really funny story of how Ted got this particular guitar? There's a hilarious story behind this. So, Paul Reed Smith, the guy that built this thing and ended up starting the PRS guitar company, he used to hand make every one of these things by himself before he started a whole company. So, But he was making these really expensive, like $5,000 handmade guitars, but he couldn't sell them because nobody wanted them, because nobody knew who he was. Everybody just wanted to buy the other, like the guitars everybody knew about, the Fender Stratocasters and the Gibson something others. But anyway, so he couldn't find anybody to buy his like handcrafted, fancy Rolls-Royce guitars. But so he said, okay, I need to get an artist, like a musician, like a touring band, like a real band, to actually play one of these and endorse me and endorse it and like everything like that. And everybody he would show him to would say no. He couldn't even get in the door with like the really famous guitar players at the time, especially not the grunge, not any of the grunge guys, not any of like the alternative metal guys, not the like Pantera style guys or anything like that. He couldn't get nobody. He had to go to Ted Nugent because he was fucking desperate. I don't think he even liked Ted Nugent's music. He gave Ted Nugent this guitar because he was desperate to endorse anybody, to sponsor anybody, because he really, really needed the exposure. And that's how Ted got this guitar. Today, it's like one of the biggest guitar factories in the world because like it took off in the 2000s and like all the big like 2000s rock and metal bands started using these guitars. But back then, nobody gave a fuck about PRS. So the only person that Paul could get to play his guitars was Ted fucking Nugent. So paid an exposure pretty much because he gave it to him for free. Yeah. Ted, last resort Nugent, basically. Yeah. And Ted to this day still thinks that Paul gave him that guitar because Paul thought he was cool. It's kind of like that story in that show Arby and the Chief, where Master Chief really wants recon armor, but he can't do the things he's supposed to do to get it. So he begs Bungie on his hands and knees, and Bungie finally feels sorry for Master Chief and just finally fucking gives him the recon armor just to shut him up. Basically that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's don't worry about it.
Really kind of pisses off the country and western guys, but they can use that once in a while, and it's got a real neat twang that I use with the tremolo arm, and it goes.
I know that song. That song's really cool, by the way.
Kind of a nice sound. So that's why sometimes diversify and try different instruments.
Who up wiggling their stick?
So we have number 3. You are a master of controlled feedback. Have you noticed this? Show some tricks. What are your some pointers for harnessing and taming the beast? Standing in certain areas? Yes, indeed. All right.
Harnessing and taming the beast. Yes, somebody sent that in. I'm sure they did.
Designed this guitar as a jazz instrument. I'll give him jazz. You can actually hear me talking.
I tuned in for 1 minute and Stu's already watching Nugent.
Are you there? That's because it is so
Rush,
active.
You missed me playing a PC game.
Receptive to vibrations. I love that. These are good vibrations, but without the spittle. I think that's important to note. Very little.
There's a live deer in this studio? I don't doubt it. Okay, I know that's a lie because if there was a deer in that studio, Ted would have already shot it with a bow and arrow.
But you're right. There was one question asked about positioning oneself in front of the amplifiers. On stage, you know I do a lot
positioning
of
oneself?
And I am the best white dancer in the free world. You may have noticed this. The girls love it. In fact, the girls invented short skirts just to dance with me. Of course, now with the Spirit of the Wild album coming out, I understand they traded in their short skirts for a veil and a duck call.
What?
Now, that's sexy. You don't know which to blow.
What? Shut the fuck up.
Number 4, it says, can you demonstrate your behind-the-nut string bending? Well, actually, you don't want to get
behind my behind nuts, and nut should not bend so close together. Keep thinking this guy's name is Ted Nugent?
Complete idiot. You can play with your teeth. Actually, your teeth are your pick, not to be confused with a Spirit of the Wild pick. All right, let's talk a little bit about technique. All right, just for
my man literally sells everything, doesn't he?
And D'Angelico strings, and I use a 10, a 12, a 16, a 24, 34.
Is that the age of the girls? Okay, I'm not going there. I'm not about to go there. He's not like that.
44. That's my basic string size. I always use a real
Sounds like
thin
Sims
pick.
gibberish.
I think it's 52.
He likes young bucks. Shut the fuck
These are
up.
special Spirit of the Wild picks that I got from a naked lady that was teaching cheerleading back in the 50s.
You're not helping. You're not helping, Ted. You're not helping. You're not helping, Ted. The Ted Nugent nugget found at Caches. Ted is the good kind weird.
And it also has my signature on it. So if you want to get a gift for a loved one that will leave a stain, get them one of these.
What?
Other than that, I don't use any tricks, man. I do use something real strange. If you're on my guitar right here, I use a Gretsch strap lock knob as my four-wheel drive switch in my instruments. So that way, when I have my front pickup on all the way, my back pickup on all the way with the bass rolled off, then I can get this incredible wah-wah effect. Kind of cute.
Too much for the fiddling with the knobs, Ted. Is this what you do with your guitar, Stu? Maybe. This whole video is a screenshot machine. I'll give him this. The coolest thing that he's doing here, other than his playing, is being able to balance that paper on his leg. That's not easy to do when you're playing. I swear to God, I know.
Orange, tuck and rolled orange, naga hide whatsoever. In fact, that's the only hide I haven't taken from an animal is a naga hide. We're going naga hunting next week if you want me to get you some hide.
Ted, I know you don't know what naga means. I snapped a string trying to do that. At least I'm sure. I want to believe that Ted doesn't know what naga means. So he's gonna go. He's gonna go shoot a snake woman and then skin her for her pelt. And I guess what's he gonna do? Like hang her head on the wall like a trophy? Holy shit! Who's that girl from fucking Shantae? Tookie. He's gonna kill Tookie. Holy shit, dude.
But currently I'm using PV5150s. I use two of them. I use two heads, stereo chorus. The only pedal I use is a little stereo chorus pedal that gets me a little bit of delay between the two sides. I put one speaker yonder, and I put one speaker yonder, and I have them facing into my head. And, of course, my left ear, it's only there to balance my face off because it stopped working years ago. But that's not because of a Gibson. It's more of a Smith & Wesson thing.
Yeah, he's a gun owner. In case that wasn't obvious, a redneck mythological theme hunting game would kind of fuck. Not gonna lie, that's what I keep saying about Monster Hunter. If they would make a Monster Hunter that's redneck themed with trucks and shotguns and bullshit, like Cabela's Big Monster Hunter, I would buy that shit in a heart. You know what? I'm getting an indie team together. It's like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start my own business, my own game development studio, and I'm gonna make a fucking redneck hunting game where you hunt fucking monsters and fucking aliens and bullshit. Call it fucking Stuart K Reilly's Big Mother Trucking Hunting Game 2. Remastered. Starring, varmint shooter, Ted Nugent. Hey, Ted Nugent can be the narrator. Shit. Featuring Leonard from Leonard and Bubba approved. You ever seen that sticker, Leonard and Bubba approved, from Redneck Rampage? Get the fucking Redneck Rampage guys on there. They had a hunting game.
Use little finger a lot. Show some licks. Well,
what?
Damn it, anyhow. You've got these resources.
If that game came out in 04, it would surely have 30 copies across every pawn shop. Yeah, it'd be worth about $2.
And I have found that little finger is really essential in going places. And over the years, I've
I know all about the little finger going places.
It's important to note, too, that I play a very thin pick, as I stated before, but I don't play it with the point. I play it with the rounded edge.
I don't think you do anything with a point, Ted.
That pick is showing when I'm playing, because I end up brushing the string with my fingers and my thumb, as much varying intensity, so that you get those dynamic.
I can see what your varying intensity did to the wood.
What would a dynamic be if it wasn't dynamic?
I've heard this song before. when you listen to Ted sing the song, you literally can't tell what the fuck he's even saying. On like the verse, he just goes, I don't know. I don't know. He was in a mood that day. I don't know what the fuck he's saying in that song. But it's a good song. It's one of those songs that like you can't play while in the truck, you know? Shit. Well, there you go. What? You can see the gap in his teeth. Well, you just heard what I was talking about. He's even more like incoherent in the actual recording. That was a hell of a frame. You know what he was You know what he was doing there? You know what he was doing there? He was doing that that one emote that we have. He was doing that. What is that one? I don't remember what the emote's called, but it's on our thing. He's doing that. Gotchi bass guitar time.
When I was a young white guy growing up in the Motor City, and remember, we are the murder capital, not because we're more violent, we're just better damn shots.
Oof!
I love that. And by the way, would you like a Pez candy? Okay, what we do,
my man,
is we rehearse a lot to make sure that we stay on top of the music.
Who up stroking their Glock?
No one was saying, Tad, time to practice now. I was already up there just diving into it. I craved and currently crave past tense and present tense and future tense. I crave the instrument. Melodic solos that are memorable. I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's because...
Why did he sound like Tommy Wiseau for a minute there? What was that about? I cannot tell you. It's confidential. Anyway, would you like to buy some Ted Nugent brand dough piece?
When I'm not playing, this is very important. Now write this down. When I'm not beating my guitar up, when I am not sucking the lifeblood out of my vision via my Gibson, I am not playing guitar, and I am going as far away from the sonic bombast, as far away from the electronic, concrete, hand-to-hand combat stress hell as I can possibly take myself. You know what I do
sounding like
when I'm
Yakko
not
at times.
Playing the guitar? I shut up. Yes, kids, write it down. Ted Nugent actually shuts up on weekends from 3 to 6. Thank you very much. You've got to look for diversionary tactics. I go hunting.
When I'm not beating my meat and sucking my blood, apparently.
Don't know any scales. The only scale I know is the one I hang my dead deer from.
Rush, I told you that deer was dead.
Let's go away and loosen up and bowl a few frames.
Guys, no bowling pins were harmed in the making of this video.
Bowling with...
My man Ted was wearing red baseball caps before red baseball caps were in fashion for his kind.
And then we've got a damn Yankee move. I'm so proud to be a damn Yankee. We're all a bunch of damn Yankees. Tommy Shaw, Jack Blades, Michael Cardelloni. You deserve me, guys. This is a song that we put together, and it's called Don't Tread on Me. It was originally called...
Wait a damn minute. Wait a minute.
There's a cotton-picking Yankee in this crowd.
I had to do it.
Starts out real pretty and real arpeggio. And
arpeggio.
It's a deviation on the old D, A, and E maneuver.
I think I cooked some arpeggio for supper last night. I think Dixie gave me some arpeggio.
And the great thing about it is that I use the solid body for an answering technique.
Answering technique? Ted Nugent cannot come to the phone right now.
And even though it's got an extravagant, extended sonic maneuver for an intro, the basic meat of the song, that's meat. Like in meat, across the street. I said, come on, baby, you can taste my meat. And it goes like this.
I don't know. I don't think I want to taste Ted's meat. No one does. Well, his wife does, apparently. I wonder how much arpeggio she gives him. He really loves meat and milking, doesn't he? I mean, they're both things you can get from animals, and he sure does love animals a lot. By loves animals, I mean killing them and harvesting them for their meat, not Whatever he does in between, we'll never know because what happens in the woods. Okay, I'm going. Okay.
This again shows that deep down inside my dream, my fantasy, I am Ted Nugent, a huge black man in the bowels of the Motown rhythm section.
What? I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. What? What? Okay, out of all the shit that Ted has said, I think this is the weirdest thing he's said so far. What? What? Ted, are you telling me that is he trying to say that you're Fat Albert? Like, hey, get cat scratch fever with me, baby. It's like, but Ted, if you're Fat Albert, that also means you're Bill Cosby. And, I don't know how I feel about that. Ted has said some outlandish shit so far, but that's the winner. That's the breadwinner there, right there.
Huge. Blacker than a Maasai warrior.
Stop saying that!
Watermelons wiggle!
I guess this comes from my rhythm and blues black heroes and guys that had the same heroes like the Young Rascals. But this is a great lick called
N-word
Love
past
Jacker.
stands for nude.
Because, kids, I am your Love Jacker. And this is a great horn part.
Guys, aren't you glad you stayed up to 3 a.m.? We just got to hear Ted Nugent's sex fantasy. Ted Nugent, fat black man at 3 a.m. Oh my God.
That lick evolved. In fact, it didn't evolve. It just kind of splurted, jumped out of me one day. I was tuning my guitar going,
Man, stop using words, Ted. Stop
that's basically how
making
I tuned my guitar
words.
to form.
Is he thinking about it right now? The vision is stuck in his mind right now, and he can't stop thinking about it. Look at him. Ted's O-face. For a minute there, I thought he was like staring at a bug or something like that. Ted is using words. Like, watch it. See? He starts looking off for a little while, like he's looking at something. Like he's watching a fly buzz around or something. See him move? See his, but then he does that. Like...
What is that? So remember, my friends, sometimes you give the world the best you got, and you get kicked in the teeth. Give the world the best you got anyhow. And keep your baby in a stranglehold. A 1, 2, 3, 4.
I want to know this bassist story. I want him to do a video. Like, look at this guy. This guy looks like my neighbor. I learned Ted Nugent invented a lot of things like attitude and guitars, and that he holds a pretty high opinion of himself. Yeah, now you know.